This is the Fit Femmes movement. Have you felt overwhelmed with your fitness journey and feel like you just want to give up? Are you a busy female professional or entrepreneur looking for weight loss and self-care solutions that you can squeeze into your hectic schedule? Then you're in the right place. Let's get inspired to make fitness and healthy living improve rather than consume your life. Together, we'll take major strides towards a happier, healthier, even wealthier you. I'm Julia Hickman, your host and coach.
Hello, wonderful people. Thank you for joining me again this week. Today, I wanted to ask you a very important question and help you make it a habit to actually do what it is that I'm going to ask you. So, first, let's talk about this whole concept of balance, right? We hear this concept of living a balanced life and having a good work-life balance and all that. And it sounds great in theory, but it could be really hard to accomplish. And I always like to say that even though I do try to have a balanced life, balance for me doesn't necessarily mean 50-50. So it doesn't necessarily mean that I'm like my family life is at this like 50% happiness factor, and my work or career or business life is at the other 50. Like it almost feels like it's like neither is at 100%, right? So I always like to say that it's not always the same for each area of my life, or for either area of my life. But there's more to life than just our family, our relationships, and then our work, right? There's other things too. So that's why balance can be such a tricky concept. But for lack of a better word, let's just use it as like harmony. Let's call it harmony. Let's call all the different areas of our lives having harmony amongst all of them. Okay. So what happens is that when we are in the process of making changes in our life, whether it's working towards losing weight or getting back in shape after some time off, or starting a new job, or being in between careers, it's totally normal for our lives to be a little out of balance, a little out of harmony, at least for a little bit. So we only have so many hours in our day and we have limited energy, right? So when we are faced with a real life out of balance, out of harmony goal or situation, there's a couple of things that you can do about it. And the first thing is to be aware of it and realize that there's a season for everything. And instead of trying to do it all perfectly, realize that that's just going to lead to disappointment, burnout, and unnecessary stress. So the second thing that you can try to do is to try to give other areas of your life some attention. So if you're really focused on one thing, think about the other areas too, because what happens is let's just say that you were really focused on losing weight, right? But then you stop giving attention to family and friends and your self-development and your finances. These other things that you're ignoring, before long, they might start to creep up on you, and then you have that feeling of like, oh, something is missing. I'm not doing things right. I'm feeling unhappy. I'm feeling unfulfilled. You might not be able to devote time to all of the areas of your life, but you can carve out a little bit of time once a week, once every couple of weeks, whatever works best for you, and devote time to paying attention, mindfulness, being mindful of all these other things. And here's the thing. I'm going to come down to that question that I wanted to ask you. Unless you're assessing yourself on a regular basis, you really have no idea how things are going, and you can completely go off track. And then that's when things can start to negatively affect your life. So unless you have some kind of accountability and support system, it can be really hard to do this. So I want you guys to spend a few minutes assessing all the areas of your life. So not just your personal life and work, all those different little areas that I kind of touched on there: finances, relationships, hobbies, your health, your maybe your spirituality, all those things. So pick a day, and like I said, it could be once a week, it could be once every couple of weeks, but stick to it. Decide on when you're going to check in on yourself, and plan how you're going to check in on yourself and really tune into how things are going. And also make sure that you're setting the boundaries with your family so that you can accomplish your goals. Whether you made a fitness commitment to yourself, make sure that you have dedicated time for that. If you made a career goal, make sure that you have dedicated time for that. Okay. So here's what I want to ask you guys. Do you have a way that you assess all the areas of your life, all those things that ideally we want to have harmony in? Do you have a way of assessing them on a regular basis? And do you have accountability and support built into your week or your month? If you don't, I would love to help you. You can get in touch with me. You can either reach me on Instagram. I'm the Petite Fashionista. You can connect with me on Facebook. My Facebook page is my name, Julia Hickman Fashionista Online Studio. And come into my Facebook group, the Fit Femmes Tribe. Let me know. Or use this podcast as your check-in point. Help you making reminders. I will hold you guys accountable. So whether you ever work with me or not, I still want to help you. Nothing is more important to me than helping women who are high performers, high achievers. They have big dreams, helping them become better versions of themselves. Usually it's through fitness and health and fitness and wellness, but all those other areas are also important. So keep tuning in here with me, keep learning from me, keep learning from all the awesome experts that I bring on, and I will see you next time.
Thank you for listening to the Fit Femmes movement. I would love to hear your thoughts on the podcast, so please leave us a review. And sharing is caring. If you know someone who may benefit from this episode, please share it with them. We need more women up-leveling to their highest selves with grace, courage, and ease. If you'd like to connect with me more and have access to free live trainings and join a community of hundreds of other amazing women, then join my free Facebook group, the Fit Femmes Tribe.